Hello and welcome to another Dominions 5 video. I am the False God, and we are jumping into turn 17 of our EA Hinnom game. So first I want to say I'm actually recording this from quite far in the future. I was going back and scheduling the videos to post to YouTube and realized that I had missed this turn. But that also means that this is the first video that'll be posted after I started the channel. So I just want to go ahead and say a big thank you to everybody who has, watched, subscribed, commented, etc. I really appreciate it. And I know we left the last episode with me going to do some testing, and so I want to say that in my testing, even with the God present, and accidentally turning on all level 9 research levels of magic, and without having my own mages present in the fight at all, we still won. So I decided to go ahead and attack Kailasa. And indeed, they did ever put PD back after Saramatia had attacked them, and Saramatia backed off of both of these, and you can see Kailasa took this one back. But so we went ahead and moved on to Kailasa. No resistance. We got some Dominion. Got some fire gems. And then this is a great battle. I almost was willing to skip this turn, but we are attacked in Hinnom by Kailasa. He's got, what is it, maybe 30 or 40 Atavi. And they're going to charge. We've got, our full PD plus some other stuff. But the important part to note is that arrow that just flew through hit the Atavi chieftain, the only commander with their army. He's the only one to get hit. Great bow, 15 points of damage, and they got off one volley and are routed. And of course, they have nowhere to go as they were attacking Hinnom itself. So that was highly amusing. I guess they didn't think about. So obviously, this is a new player game. Lots of people are not going to be patrolling their forts. I definitely don't have necessarily perfect patrollers in all my forts. But Hinnom in particular is very likely to be patrolling their capital because the Rephites and the Melkarts and the Bales all produce unrest. And so you're constantly going to want to be patrolling that down. So running a scout onto Hinnom's capital is a good way to lose the scout to the patrolling units. We searched for magic sites, didn't find any. Besides that, we killed some filthy brigands, and the walls are moderately damaged. So we're going to try and start sieging this down. Our siege strength is, I think, 193. We have one unit not sieging, who I guess is the scout, so it's actually only 191. And the fortification here has 250 wall integrity, but they also have a lot of people inside. The other key piece of information we learned is that the god of Kailasa, the Great White Bull, snuck in here before we did and then got trapped in the fort. So now we have the whole army we saw last turn, 160 units, plus the god, are all here under siege in Kailasa. Besides that, we can see Kailasa has reclaimed this territory. They still have 84. And I think at present, that's all that they have. And they may have something else over here, but I don't think they have anything farther north. They don't have anything farther south. So they are being incredibly quickly penned in here and without a lot of options. And so we're on the capital. We're sending some Rephite warriors here. We're going to go take Province 92, and then we'll try and move them onto the capital. I think at this point this is going to take... I thought this was going to take another 2 turns to pop. We are recruiting another Ami, so we can recruit some more Rephites. So we're taking a couple turns off Melkarts or bales here. Maybe that's a mistake, but I want to make sure we're always producing a mage while still getting some of our other infrastructure work done. Moving this militia captain or whatever they are, commander, to the Dawnland so that he can start to grab the troops here and patrol, or at least move them around as needed. We don't actually need to patrol this just yet. Right now our unrest is not too terribly out of control. This Trog still being here is of course amusing. Putting up our giant fort and building our lab here. That's what we're spending pretty much all of our money on, is this lab. We've got more site searching going on. So this is a pretty short clip here. There's not a ton to look at. You know, ultimately we can check the script here. I decided after the testing I was just gonna go right imp-simps, reinvigoration, imp-simps. We've got our our chariots on the wings, and then all of our soldiers in the middle. And we're gonna hope that we can take this fight. We've got the full Kailasa army here, so this is what we were worried about back when I first started commenting on it. You know, I think Kailasa's lost one expansion party, and they supposedly lost one army fighting Vamoria. So this is not everything they've ever built. But there's a pretty good number of units here. Their whole mage core is going to be present. The god is present, and I think if we recall, it was like a an iron skin bless, or hard skin, or bark skin, some kind of armor bless to help negate the Apsara's, 0 natural protection or 1 natural protection or whatever they come with. But so yeah, I think there's like 30 or 40 sacreds, lots of cheap monkey chaff, a god, and their entire mage core. And so we saw I think 6 gurus fight when he broke free, but that doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's all of them. So there should be plenty of other, it's turn 18. He doesn't have any commanders that take more than 2 recruitment points. If he was recruiting one every turn, you'd have a full 18 mages or 17 mages. Probably can't have quite that many. Probably had to recruit some commanders, but there's a decent number of mages here, and I think that the real risk for and of course, while they can't recruit, they can still summon more Apsaras. So there is a real cost to not being able to storm here. Those mages are researching, and they are summoning, and they are being productive, even if they can't make any more of their cheap monkeys. So, and I think the concern for us, that at least I was really worried about at this point, was mind burn. We don't have a ton of commanders going into this fight. We've got 4. And I thought, if we were unlucky, they could get mind burn down. Now, you guys have 17 MR, and when they get blessed, they get up to 18 MR. But I think that goes, I don't think... that does take the magic scale in already. So they're pretty hard to really chop through with mind burn. It's just MR negates, so that's a roll against 12 or 14, I think. And it deals 12 damage. We've got 67 health, 69 health. So I thought that was at least the biggest risk of us getting casualties. Even putting them all together in some kind of a communion. At this stage, I didn't think that they would have enough research to do anything super crazy. But I also certainly wasn't confident. Like if they'd done like an enchantment rush, right? They could foul vapors me here. That would probably kill all of their units too. But if it was me and I had it researched, I'd say, yeah, I'll kill all my units to kill all your units. I'm already dead. Might as well take you with me. So and again, I'm not sure if my research is unbelievably bad, or if you would need great research to have access to Enchantment 5 by now. And we know they have at least some conjuration, because they have the Apsaras, but it was not. There's risk here. there is definitely risk of some magic getting us. But you can also see we're already adding a ton of unrest to the province. Each one of these mail carts generates, I think, 8 unrest. Yep. So that's 16, and then each Rephite generates another 2, and we have 16 of them here. Yeah. So we create a ton of unrest, and you can see as our army moved through, 76, 117, 58. I think this one goes up. I don't know exactly when unrest is checked, so I don't know if they create unrest here and then move, or if they move and then create unrest. But more unrest here, and then as we siege this, there's going to be even more unrest. But that's it for this one. So hopefully, hopefully there'll be some big climactic fights coming up here with the monkeys. Thanks everybody for joining me. Have a nice day.